What do Muslims here in Minnesota think about Ilhan Omar?
Okay, so you gotta understand, this is somebody that uses Islam for a sort of political gain, you know? She advertises as a Muslim, you know, as a Muslim person that's helping the Muslim people in the community that she's representing. But we also see her upholding different views that are in conflict with core Islamic beliefs. Personally, and much of the community here would have that same agreement here.
What is she saying that you guys don't agree with?
Okay, first of all, when it comes to like LGBTQ people, we as Muslims don't believe any other person that's not any other person, no matter what they practice, should be held to a lower standard, should be given less respect. But in Islam, there's permissibility and there's not. We gotta keep in mind, you are not allowed to do certain acts, such as same-sex marriage, which she's in support for. You know, you gotta understand, same-sex marriage is incompatible with Islam, no matter how much you twist it, no matter how much you can beautify it. In every way, the final word was sent from God, and that outweighs whatever political opinion that you may have, whatever bias that you may have.
And she justifies same-sex marriage.
That's a big sense of disagreement that we have.
How about Omar screaming like a lunatic? You looked at her bulging eyes, she's crazy. Get her the hell out of here. Omar and her friend, and her little friend sitting next to her.
So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Look at that. Look at that. It's a simple statement, and it's a trap, because if the Democrats stand up, then, they look subservient to Trump. But if they sit down, they confirm everything, which is that they believe the government's responsibility is to take care of everyone but the citizens, I suppose. And then he just tells the nation, look at these people. This is what they are telling you. I think that's an important moment, because the State of the Union is heavily watched by people who are not traditionally interested in politics. The normies, that's what I call them, because they are normal people who have a job. They don't have time to be invested as much as we all are. And they watch moments like that, and they're like, okay, wow, that's really how these people are, right? I think that was a genius from Trump's speechwriters and his team to put that in the speech. Remind people that this is why he won in November of last year. No, 2024, almost 2 years ago. This is why Trump won. By telling people that I'm going to put you first, put America first, the citizens of this country first, not the citizens of another one, or global citizens. America first. And the Democrats aren't for that. And tonight, I think he reminded people who may have been losing an idea, or the idea of what was going on in the country, or of what Democrats truly believe. He reminded them once more that these people are not your teammates. They don't believe in the same things you believe in, such as voter ID. It's shocking to me that 70% of Democrats believe we need voter ID. And Trump called out that hypocrisy, because Democrats in Congress who rely on election shenanigans to retain and preserve and increase political power will never vote for voter ID. He showed that hypocrisy at the State of the Union. This was a great moment.
And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good.
That pleases me that he said privilege, not right. There is no right to vote. There is a privilege attached to citizenship with conditions such as having a legal domicile, not a P.O. box, a legal residence. I love that. I love that he reminded people that voting is not a right. It's not in the Constitution as a right. It's a privilege.
No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
That's why I get really angry when I hear Ilhan Omar. You come over here and then you say that this country is dirty and a dictatorship. How dare you do that? You had nothing to do with the creation of this country. You came over here because this country offers you more security, more prosperity than any other country in the world. And I get so tired. I mean, we're always told, properly so, that a naturalized immigrant has the same claim on America as a nativist born many generations. Yes, that's true, but we ask in exchange a simple requisite. If you come over here and you come across the border, do it legally, but more importantly, have some sense of gratitude that you made that decision. We didn't. You said, I want to come into your place because I don't like my place, whatever don't like means. I'm in danger. I'm poor, whatever. When I come over to your place, I made a decision that it had attractions that I didn't have. Therefore, I will not trash your place. And I will respect the people who made that an enviable place for me to come to.
Yeah. I'm still in shock with how Congresswoman Ilhan Omar behaved, because I have a lot of questions to ask. And this question goes to you, my audience, who reside in America. Is it right that she interrupts the president while he's speaking? Or it is okay for her to do that? Because we have some persons coming up online saying, yes, she has every right to speak. But it is not about speaking. No one said that she doesn't have right to speak. All we're talking about is how she went on speaking to the number one man of the United States of America. That is my point. And I know a lot of you guys have your own opinions to share about this. And in this video, this is what we want to talk about. How is it supposed to be? Is she supposed to interrupt the president while he's speaking, or she waits when it's done, then she speaks? These are my questions, and I need answers. I need sincere answers. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is Global Info TV, where we share our thoughts, our experiences, and we respect people's opinion too. Credit goes to original creators of videos that we use for these illustrations, right? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and turn on the notification button so you can see more and more of our videos and also support what we do. Please, let's watch more videos from other persons sharing their own thoughts and how they feel about this whole thing. I'll see you soon.
Everybody's screaming, everyone's crying. So what's the occasion? Well, Congresswoman Omar got voted off the Foreign Affairs Committee.
The question is on adoption of the resolution. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those in favor say no. No. It's the opinion of the chair that the ayes have it and the resolution is agreed to, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Does that remind you of anything? McCarthy.
Everybody's screaming, everyone's crying. So what's the occasion? Well, Congresswoman Omar got voted off the Foreign Affairs Committee. The question is on adoption of the resolution. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Cheering. Those in favor say no. No. It's the cheering opinion of the chair that the ayes have it and the resolution is agreed to, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. Does that remind you of anything? McCarthy yanked Omar off Foreign Affairs to pay back Pelosi for yanking his people off committees. He didn't want to do it, doesn't think it's right, but he had to do it. You can't let Democrats boot your boys off committees and turn the other cheek. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Consistency. There's nothing consistent with the Republican Party's continued attack except for the racism and incitement of violence against women of color in this body. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching what I consider one of the most satisfying moments in recent political history. Look, the media is going to try to tell you this is about identity or targeting women of color, but as we just saw in that opening clip, the American people aren't buying it anymore. We're watching a masterclass in deflection from the left while the GOP finally finds its backbone. This video is a roller coaster. We've got AOC screaming, Rashida Tlaib literally crying on the floor, and some cold, hard facts from Minnesota representatives that the mainstream news conveniently forgets to mention. I've been waiting for this for a long time. It's not just about politics. It's about the fact that if you or I did half of what this woman is accused of, we'd be under the jail, not sitting on a committee deciding American foreign policy. Let's dive into the rest of this and see how the squad completely loses their minds when they realize the rules actually apply to them too. Good morning, everybody. Steve Drazkowski, State Representative from Mazeppa. Today, we are asking the Federal Internal Revenue Service and the Minnesota Department of Revenue to review the tax filings of U.S. Representative Ilhan Omar on several grounds. I am joined by 9 Minnesota state representatives in making these requests, and I think there's 6 here today. These representatives include Glenn Gruenhagen of Gleno, Eric Lucero of Dayton, Shane Mecklin of Clear Lake, Tim Miller of Princeburg, Linda Runbeck of Circle.
What a time to be alive, Patriots.
The world is changing very fast right in front of us. The old world is gone, frankly, the world I grew up in, and we live in a new era in geopolitics, and it's going to require all of us to sort of re-examine what that looks like and what our role is going to be. And we've had many of these conversations in private with many of our allies. We are our allies. And we need to continue to have those conversations. And I think Saturday, hopefully, and the meetings we'll have there when we'll present.
President Trump is the most courageous commander-in-chief in modern American history. There is no question about this. What he just did is the bravest move by a president of the United States of my lifetime, bar none, without a doubt.
How do you square the no-war promise with the potential of a protracted war?
Well, first of all, the president has consistently, over the course of his entire public life, said he will never permit the Iranian regime to have a nuclear weapon. That's why he took action last summer, and that's part of the reason he took action today. So I don't see this as him starting a war. I see this as a preventative measure to prevent a war against the largest state sponsor of terror in the world. My view is this is a new day for the people of Iran. It's a new day for the Middle East. And it's a new day for the world because the most courageous commander-in-chief of my lifetime said, I'm not putting up with this. We've been banging our head against a wall for 47 years while these guys terrorize the world, and I'm not going to permit it any longer. So when I see these Iranian people in L.A. and other places celebrating, I can only imagine their emotions and the emotions of the people in Iran who now have a chance to take back their country and restore what was once a great pro-Western country. That's the end goal here. No more war, but peace and a government and a culture in Iran that can actually participate with the rest of the world instead of terrorize it. That's what the president did. He ought to be commended for it. Over 47 years, hundreds of American troops have been killed by the Iranian regime and its proxies. And I talked to senior administration, very senior administration officials today. They had intelligence that the regime was going to fire missiles into U.S. military and civilian targets. They were still enriching uranium. They would not give up on that. We had a lot of justification to do this. They tried diplomacy. Iran wouldn't do it. The president acted to save American lives. That was the justification.
I want to conclude this editorial with this message to the late Supreme Leader. پدر سگ خاک به سرت بسوز تو جهنم. Rowan.
Couldn't have put it better myself, Rita. James, don't you agree? I mean,
a bit of gibberish, but
I don't have anything more time to that. That's it.
What brought you out here today?
To thank President Trump.
What were you thinking when you saw the news?
Couldn't believe it. It's been 47 years of this tyranny. I've been coming to this federal building since the 1980s, since the Islamic Republic of Iran has been in power.
Tonight, President Trump didn't just give a State of the Union address. He set a trap. And every single Democrat in that chamber walked right into it. From the moment Al Green got himself ejected for the second year in a row, to the moment Ilhan Omar was left in literal tears, to the moment Trump asked one simple question that exposed the entire Democrat Party for what they really are, this was a masterclass in political demolition. And even CNN is admitting it worked. Make sure to stick them to the very end of this video because we're about to see how this historic State of the Union wasn't just a game changer for Trump and the Republicans. It was a total game changer for the nation and indeed the world. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, celebrating yet another glorious day in Trump's golden age that you made possible back in November of 2024. So if you want a front row seat on how you continue to change the world in ways you never even imagined, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Also, you and I both know that the legacy media and big tech have teamed up to throttle what you're allowed to see. My Patriot Alerts is precisely where you'll find what they try to bury. Click the link below and don't let censorship decide what you know. It was literally nothing short of historic. Donald Trump delivered a State of the Union speech that was a grand slam from beginning to end. 1 hour and 48 minutes, the longest State of the Union in history, and every single minute of it was a wrecking ball aimed squarely at the Democrat Party. From the very first moment, Trump commanded that chamber like no president in modern memory. He honored gold medal heroes and angel moms in the same breath. He called out fraud, corruption, and insider trading by name. He turned every Democrat refusal to stand into a campaign ad that'll run on loop from now until November. He made Ilhan Omar cry. He made Nancy Pelosi hide. He made Al Green get dragged out for the second year running. And he even made CNN's own pollsters admit that the American people overwhelmingly side with Trump. This wasn't just a speech. It was a political masterpiece that galvanized a nation, exposed an opposition party in total freefall, and reminded 80 million Americans exactly why they sent this man back to the White House.
Our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
What's Trump's issue with Somalia, guys, man? Because every single day on the For You page, I'm seeing him talk about
Somalia.
Every single day, bro. And he has like a personal beef with Ilhan Omar, bro.
I said, you have somebody from Somalia who's telling us how to run our country.
I don't know what she did to him, fam.
She's from Somalia. He said, would you like to take her back? He said, no, I don't want her.
Like, he does not like that woman, bro. Did one of you Somali girls break his heart or something? You ignored him after he liked your He Liked Me More trend, right? Is that what it is, bro? Because there's no way, bro. There is no way.
Now, you've seen videos of people sharing their thoughts, sharing their hearts, how they felt with what she did. Mind you, this is a woman who is a congresswoman in Minnesota, and the president is talking about Minnesota and how over 19 billion USD, like dollars, has been squandered. Like, you're the congresswoman of this place, and you have bad reports, and you still have the infantry, the guts, to sound rude. Come on. Come on. Heck, I've heard a lot of things about the Somalis, but I don't want to believe all these things. So that's why I'm making this video, to hear from people who have had their own experiences. I heard they're ruled. I heard they're not ready to acclimatize within the United States of America and contribute to their own quota for the development of the United States. I've heard all these things. And what happened about the daycare, I've heard it too, but I want to hear from you guys. Tell me, are all these accusations or allegations, are they all true? Because if it is true, then it's really, really bad. I think whatever they deserve, then is really, really bad. And I think and I believe that they deserve whatever they got as the repercussion of their action. Credit goes to original creators of videos that have been used for this illustration. If you're just joining our channel for the first time or coming across our videos, this is Global Info TV, where we share our thoughts and experience, and we respect people's choices and opinion. Don't like to share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification button so you can see our videos more often and also know when we do our posts. And most importantly, to be part of this community, right? I'll see you guys soon on my next video. Thank you for staying true and watching.